Dark Souls and RuneScape just got married, had some unprotected fun on their honeymoon, and 6 months later, their child was born. And it is called FlyKnight. FlyKnight is a dungeon crawling Soulslike in terms of its gameplay. Bonfires guide your path through the dungeon, with each one resetting all enemy spawns and refilling your health potions like a typical Dark Souls game. As you progress through the dungeon, you'll find a vast amount of loot, from halberds to spears to armor and even spells. Since there is no leveling system, you can specialize your FlyKnight any way you want. Wish to be a samurai who can cast infestation magic on their enemy? You can do that. Wish to be a tank with a shield and a green onion for a sword? That too you can be. The build possibilities are quite deep for such a short game. Each run of yours can be different. It's up to which type of weapon or armor set you feel like using. The only thing you need to manage is the weight of your equipment load, which determines your stamina regen and other little stats. With these loadouts, you'll find many different types of bugs, from spider-mancers to samurai wasps to quad dagger wielding ants. There is no dodge rolling mechanic in this game, so you need to learn the opponent's attack patterns and parry them, or strafe them, or dismember the enemy limb by limb and knock them over to deliver a finishing blow. Any of these will work. Though with that being said, the combat isn't difficult. If this isn't your first Souls-like, I highly doubt you will die a single time. I mean, I didn't even die a single time myself, and I suck at Souls-like. Well, okay, I fell into a river, but that doesn't count. While it gets its gameplay from Soulslike, FlyKnight gets its aesthetic from RuneScape and other classic early 2000s games. From the way the damage indicators pop up, to its simple color palette, to the minimal frames of animation. It feels like a lost relic of the early 2000s, but with a modern game design underneath. The story is nothing crazy. You are a FlyKnight. Your kind has been mostly wiped out ever since Lunar Moth took the wings of your deity, cursing you and your kind and many other bugs to lose their wings. You've steeled yourself to slay Lunar Moth, or die trying, just like the rest of your kin. Oh, speaking of kin though, this game does have a Souls-like multiplayer as well if you want to play with a friend or even a couple friends. Though, like most things, there are pros and there are cons, and I believe you deserve to hear both. Firstly, I start with the pros. The game is simply fun and a fresh addition to the Souls-like genre. It does have replayability in the manner of trying different builds and speedrunning, and while the graphics may not be for everybody, I do believe they do a great job of bringing back that old style in a modernized way. Lastly, it's $5, man, meaning that's a cheap game that you could just get, or you and some friends could get and just spend an afternoon playing. Now, as for the cons though, bugs. And I ain't talking about the ones you kill. I'm talking about the boss getting launched out of the boss room and I had to reload the game and fight it again type of bug. Truthfully, this is the only bug I really experienced, and other than this, I found that the game was quite polished, but you know what they say, where you find one bug, there's probably more. The only other con I can find for this game is how short it is. If you don't feel like you're doing more than one playthrough of this game, well, it'll only really take you around 2 to 2.5 hours to beat, maybe 3 max if you've never played a Souls-like before. Though without spoiling too much, I will say with how the story ends, it looks like there may be plans for expansions. For a price tag of $5, fun gameplay with a nice retro style and multiplayer aspect, I give FlyKnight an 8 out of 10. For just $5, I got more than I expected. I highly recommend this game for anyone who enjoys Souls-likes, dungeon crawlers, or even just wants a cheap game to play with their friends. It is not difficult. Anybody can play this game and beat it, and I think that makes it a great entry game into the Souls-like genre. Anybody can really get into it now. Other than that, thank you for watching, of course, and leave a like and subscribe for more content. Anyway, have a great day.